lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot reading for the week ahead. It's Monday, the 7th of April, 2025. Hello, April. We're well and truly into spring. Gardens are beginning to look really lovely, and I can see a load of fields from where I live, and you can actually see, even in the distance, the green appearing on the trees. It's absolutely amazing. So I've decided this week that we're going to use the Heavenly Bloom Tarot, purely because things are beginning to bloom, and I thought, what a good idea to use that deck, and it's a lovely deck to use as well. So, I haven't asked you, did you have a great weekend? I certainly did. Guess where I was again? Glastonbury. Guess what I was doing? Celebrating somebody else's birthday, this time a 60th birthday. So we had a fabulous time, and champagne was involved. I have to say that. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. So there we go. There's the back of the cards. Now, the lead card. Now, I will say this week is very much linked to your security again. Now, this came up either last week or week before, whatever, quite recently, but in a different way. So we will look at that in more depth in a moment. So the lead card is, now in this deck, pentacles or coins are called, there we go, is it laurels? Yeah, laurels. So this is the Knight of Laurels. Now, what's interesting about this, and I'm going to have to look over the top of my glasses. Yeah, very interesting how the knight is portrayed as a woman. That's fine. There's not a problem there. But she has her armour. It's covering part of her face. You know, normally armour, if you're going to wear armour and you've got a helmet thing, it can either be coming down, you know, we can lift it up. I know there's special names for all these things. But in this case, it's almost stopping her talking. And although I love this deck, I think it's very relevant, and it's probably not what it says in the book that it refers to, even if it's mentioned. But I look at it in a strange way because of witchcraft, and how particularly women, not even within witchcraft, just women themselves, in long past, if they're a bit of a nag or anything like that, they would put on like a mask to stop them speaking. And I feel here, that's very much this lead card is saying to you, yes, you are a knight. You can go out and fight for the security you want to bring into your life, the things that you want to increase on to make you feel secure and upstanding, and yes, a victory. In fact, we've got all this, what looks like almost fire in the background, because when I first pulled it, before I looked at which it was, I thought, oh, this is almost like a wand, and that will make so much sense when we get to the end of the reading with the last card. So I feel here, this is the week that, regarding your security, it's time to just keep it to yourselves at the moment. So, for instance, if perhaps you find some useful information, perhaps you found some paperwork at home, and you think, oh crikey, there's a little bit of money coming towards me. Don't brag about it. Don't mention it. Just wait until it's there. It's actually in your hands. And even then, think carefully what direction you want to go in. And I would also say, particularly, if there's anybody out there who's interested in changing their job, think carefully who you tell. I will say, particularly in that aspect of things, that if you mention it, even to who you think is a really good friend, or a great colleague that you get on really well with, if you mention that, there is a possibility that they will think, do you know what? I think I might go for that job as well. So perhaps it's promotion, or even in another company or whatever. So do keep it closed. Don't go on mentioning it. This is all about you moving forward. Let's have a look what else is going on. There's some leaves coming down here, and I would say there is some opportunities coming towards you. They're not yours, they're not blessings from heaven, but they're coming towards you, and you need to grasp those and really look at them in greater detail and then act on them. That's what I really do feel, that is a fire going on in the background. It might supposedly be like a very red sky, but I'm looking at it at the symbolism. Oh, my necklace is crooked, excuse me. It's very much the symbolism of that heat, that fire. She is holding this extremely large, what would be a pentacle, and that's growth. She's ready to plant that somewhere. So this week, this is the week to really start thinking about that security aspect. And so I'm sure this came up recently. So there's more opportunities coming towards you with those leaves coming down. And these are green leaves. And are they green? Yeah, they are green and everything. She's walking through them. So I would also look at the symbolism on this. There may be some things that you've tried in the past that perhaps didn't work as well. That's fine. You can let them go. Now here's an analogy. Many moons ago, one place that we actually, whatever's that noise going on? I think it's an airplane going over. Oh, it's a helicopter. Sorry about that. Where we lived, they had this hedge, and it was completely overgrown. And my mother went in there and literally pulled out all the dead and everything, and it was almost completely bare. And the neighbours said, "Oh, well, that's not going to grow back." Wasn't she proven wrong? By letting go of some of that old dead wood and everything like that, it encouraged the growth. So this could be, now that's an interesting point. Think about things that you no longer need or even like, let's be honest. Sell them. Don't give them away. Sell them if you can. Stick them on, eBay or whatever you want to use, wherever even selling it to the next door neighbour, or have a garage sale or something like that. Make the money of the things that you no longer have any need for, giving you the room to expand, send out that manifestations, thoughts, I'm going to manifest this money or security to come towards me, a bigger house or whatever. Only you can do it. It's up to you. So what's the next card? We have bizarrely, well, it's not bizarrely, is it? We've got the Eight of Laurels. Now, when I was shuffling, I had 2 jumpers. I looked at them and I put them back in and shuffled them again, and this was one of them. So, 8 of Laurels again, and 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Corns. Now, what's she doing there? She's actually making, I think she's embroidery, I think, but she's certainly sewing something. She has all these beautiful plants down here. Now look, there's some more leaves on the ground there. So she's taking out the plants that she needs. She's got rid of the dead wood, so to speak. She is creating something. Only you can create the financial security that you want. Don't rely on everybody else to do it. This is very much a week. Remember, the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Laurels, is all about building something for the future and taking what you need and what you can utilize, and just for the moment, if possibly just for the moment, put the stuff you think, well, okay, yeah, that's a long-term thing, I'll put that to one side. From great oak trees from little acorns grow, or it's the other way around, I can't remember. Very much a case of this is a work week, I'm afraid. You're really going to have to work at it. There's no sitting back and hoping somebody else is going to do it for you. You have to do it. Now, the cat amongst the pigeons, in this case, is the 3rd card. So again, we've got 5 cards. So it's one in the centre here. So we have the Knight of Swords. Just have a quick, oh, right, okay. She looks a bit sort of, almost a bit angry, actually. Remember, swords are all about, sort of speech, trying to get the word out. Speech, couldn't even get my words out. Speech, thought, yeah, okay, a bit of mental anguish along the way. But it's, again, another knight. So you had that knight at the beginning. You've got this knight here. Don't overthink things this week. You've got to think about it and be logical about it and be sensible and keep your feet on the ground. If you go too far with the thought process, okay, I'm going to do this, and then in 25 years, this is what's going to happen. And there's nothing wrong with planning ahead, obviously. But if you do it too much, you may be disappointed. There's nothing wrong with having a game plan, right? This is where I'm going to go. But don't think so far ahead. Think 6 months ahead, perhaps 12 months ahead. If you're saving for something, it might be 18 months ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't overthink things. And also, don't knock yourself down if it goes a bit wrong halfway through. Just pick yourself up. Remember, we're overwhelmingly Laurel Pentacles this week. So it's a case of brush yourself off and continue. All right, that little avenue didn't work, so I'm going to change the path slightly and go down this way. Don't be despondent. Now, remember, I like swords, but I would say in the context of this particular reading, don't worry. Don't just wrap yourself up. Oh, God, you know, I've not done that very well. Don't. Okay, I've done it. Right, we'll try something new. And she is very, what's that up there? I mean, she's got the most amazing wings, actually. Let's have a quick look what else she's got. Interestingly, she only has armor on one leg. Bit odd, but there we are. She only has armor on one leg, so she's not fully protected. So this week, while you're doing this, where am I going in my financial security aspect of my life, you are not fully protected. So you need to be a little bit careful, let's just say, and just don't go overboard, don't think too much. Hey, guess what? We've got yet another laurel. And here we have, let's try and get it that way, the 7 of laurels. Oh, I love this. Is that, yeah, that's a headdress. These like wonderful, like trees, what's on them? Some sort of fruit on them. I don't know what they are. I mean, they're yellow. They could be lemons. I don't know. I really don't know. And she has this wonderful flowers around. She is looking, what's that? Again, you see, you've got to look at the symbolism. And it's always interesting because I'm looking at the cameras. I haven't really looked at these before I start doing the reading. So here is this little glowing flower. If you take things steady this week, and perhaps into next week, if you take things steady and think, yes, it's all about my security this week. I'm not going to let anything else overwhelm me. I've got to think positive. I've got to do my, manifest things in. I've got to decide what I want from the near future. We'll say, because remember back to the little acorns again. And she is seeing this opportunity coming in. Now it's a 7. The 7s are all about, decisions, right? Should I, if you look at Rider Waite, should I replant that seed or should I sell all this? What should I do next? So there will be a moment this week where perhaps there are actually 2 opportunities. There's the opportunity that you've taken. You think, oh yeah, there's a job application there. I'm going to apply for that. I'm going to, get my application in, blah, blah, blah. And then something else comes along. You think, oh, should I do that? Should I actually not look at that and actually do that? It's 2 opportunities. Pick. Okay, one might go wrong. The one that you pick and you might go, oh gosh, shouldn't have done that. Just don't overthink it. Back to that Knight of Swords. Don't overthink this week. Just get on with it. It's feet on the ground week this week. It's what can I do? And actually getting on with it, for goodness sake. So I'm going to show you again because it's such a lovely, lovely card. What's those down there? Oh, it's just more plants. She is actually reaching out, like, but it's almost like it. Oh, is that going to hurt? Is that going to hurt if I pick that? Only you can decide that. And remember, you're keeping it quiet. You're not telling anybody about it. So if you put all those things into practice, I'm really excited about this week, actually. You put all those things into practice, you get, remember I said there was 2 jumpers, which I then put back in, and then I shuffled again. We have, and I'll get it back again, there we are, the 4 of Wands. Now remember that very first card, look at the flames, Wands are fire. There we are. And it's a celebration. So there will be a very positive outcome of the effort that you put in this week. Now, it might be only a minor positive outcome. It doesn't matter. It's something you can build on. And 4s are all about stability. Think about a table, 4 legs. It's that stability that you can actually say, I've got a small win. It could be a big win, but it's that small win. Yes, I can do it. Let it build up your positive thinking, the way that you can move forward. Doesn't matter how small, and you can stop for the moment. Don't be put off. Don't think, oh, I've got to keep on the memento. It's fine to celebrate what you've gained within this week. And I would actually go out of your way and celebrate it. I mean, let's say go out and spend, say you've made £50 because you've sold a load of stuff from your house. Don't go and squander it, but celebrate. All right, have a bottle of wine or whatever. It doesn't matter how you celebrate it. even if it's a case of you just sitting down and feeling a bit smug about it, let's celebrate it. Celebrate it, and you can celebrate it with others. Perhaps at this point you might want to let somebody in a little bit of what your plans are, because you've proven that you can do it. You can become on a roll, but it's that you can stop at the end of the week, you can stop and celebrate and write down the pluses. Keep hold of it. If you keep a diary or a journal, put it in your journal, and that will remember, when you manifest things, you send it out there. If you keep going, oh, I'm not doing very well on that, hey, it's going to come back at you. If you say, yeah, wow, I walked along the street and I found, used to say, I've lost a sixpence and found a penny, or something like that, or lost it, I can't remember now, it's too old. I do remember old money, but there we are, hey ho. It's that case of, so you might have found 10p in the street, so what? Put it in your journal. That is a positive. It's all about, what do you do with that 10p? Put it to one side. It can become your lucky 10p. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to say have a fantastic week. Remember to celebrate it at the end of the week. But remember, you are the Knight of Laurels, the Knight of Pentacles. You can do it. Go for it. So have a fantastic week. I will see you next week. See you soon. Bye for now.